An old man once traveled far and wide, across mountains, through deserts, seeking truth. He studied scriptures, followed gurus, practiced meditation. Yet, after decades of relentless searching, he still felt lost. Finally exhausted, he returned home. And in that very moment, as he sat in the familiar silence of his own space, he realized truth had never been elsewhere. It is always here. He had simply been looking in the wrong direction. Have you ever felt like you are searching for something beyond routine of daily life, beyond what you have been told? Maybe you call it truth, enlightenment, or simply clarity. But no matter how much you search, it is always seems just out of reach. In this episode, let's walk together not towards a destination but into an exploration of truth, paths, and the illusion we hold. Segment 1. Why do we search? Take a moment and ask yourself, why do I seek truth? Is it because I feel incomplete? Because I hope it will bring peace? Or is it simply because I have been told that truth must be found? Now here is something to consider. Who is the one searching? It's your mind, shaped by years of conditioning, past experiences, and beliefs. But if your mind is already conditioned, can it ever find something beyond itself? Let's consider an example, the perfect partner illusion. Think of how we search for the perfect partner. We hold an image in our minds, an idea of what they should be like. But the moment we meet someone, instead of seeing them as they are, we compare them to this idea. And if they don't match, we feel disappointed. Isn't this what we do with truth? We already have an idea of what truth should be, like enlightenment, God, knowledge. But if truth is limitless, how can it fit into an idea? Krishnamurti's radical insight was this: if truth exists, it cannot be found by searching, because the very search comes from the past, from what is already known. And truth is not the known, it is something entirely fresh, beyond thought. A mind that is burdened with knowledge is not free, and without freedom, there is no discovery of truth. Segment 2. The trap of paths and maps. Every religion, philosophy, and even science offers a different path to truth. Hinduism speaks of self-realization, Buddhism offers the Eightfold Path, Christianity talks about salvation. But let's pause for a second. Who created these paths? Humans did. Humans, who just like us were conditioned by their past. So how can any path, no matter how wise, lead to something beyond conditioning? Let's take an example, the map versus the territory. Imagine you are handed a beautifully detailed map of a mountain range. You study every trail, every elevation, every viewpoint. But does the map give you the experience of actually standing on the mountain? Like feeling the wind, hearing the silence, or seeing the vastness? Maps are useful when navigating fixed realities, when we want to reach a specific destination. But truth, as Krishnamurti describes it, is not a fixed destination. The moment you try to map it, you turn it into an idea, and ideas are never the things itself. This is why he says truth is a pathless land. There is no single way, no authority, no doctrine that can take you there, because truth isn't there at all. It is only here if you can see without distortion. Segment 3. The power of direct perception. Have you ever had a moment where everything felt crystal clear? Not because you understood something intellectually, but because you simply saw. Maybe watching a sunset, hearing a piece of music, or looking into eyes of someone you love. Let's take an example of the child and the butterfly. Imagine a child seeing a butterfly for the first time. He doesn't say, "This is monarch butterfly from the Danos genus." He simply watches, curious, open, and present. But an adult filled with knowledge immediately labels it and moves on. The child sees, the adult knows. But does knowledge always mean understanding? To see clearly, you must drop all the prejudices of the mind. Segment 4. The illusion of gurus and authority. One of the most shocking moments in spiritual history was when Krishnamurti dissolved the Order of the Star, an organization created to proclaim him the world teacher. Thousands gathered, expected him to lead, but he stood before them and said, "Truth cannot be organized. If you create a path, you imprison it. You may repeat the most marvelous poems, but unless you live them, they are useless." Let's take an example, the finger and the moon. There is an old Zen saying, "A finger pointing at the moon is not the moon." A teacher, a book, a philosophy, they may point towards truth, but they are not the truth. The moment you worship the finger, you miss the moon. Segment 5, Living Without a Path. So where does this leave us? If truth has no path, no method, no teacher, how do we live? Krishnamurti would say, don't ask how, just see. See how your mind clings to paths, to authority, to beliefs. See how you seek security in the known. And in that very seeing, without trying to change, there is a freedom. Freedom is found in the choiceless awareness of our daily existence and activity. Maybe, just maybe, truth is already here. We have to stop searching for it. What do you think? Is Krishnamurti right? Is seeking itself an illusion? Or do you believe there is a path to truth? Until next time, stay aware, stay questioning. Thanks for listening.